Yes, everyone, welcome another video here from the Tokyo Real Estate Man. However, today I'm actually caught on my little tour of Japan, enjoying to get away a little bit from Tokyo and look at some other real estate here in Japan. This is in Nagaoka, which is in Niigata. Let me back this map up so you can geographically have a look at where we are. This, of course, is the Sea of Japan right there. And of course, you know, or you are fans of this channel, if you know or don't know, I do have a country home down here. This is Nagaoka right here, but the property that we're going to look at today is just away from Nagaoka right here. But you can see here the Sea of Japan, and over here is going to be likely Korea or China. I'm not sure of the micro. Yeah, there we go. I'm probably right. Korea, I think, is more to the south though. Yeah. I have to back up a little bit more here. Yeah, Korea this is where most of the shipping between happened down here between Fukuoka and this sort of industrial area there. Anyhow, that gives you an idea of where we are right there. This is, and it also gives you an idea of the climate here. It's really cold this side of the of Japan in the winter time, and where we are gets a lot of snow here in Niigata. And my hometown, or no, my wife's hometown, and basically my hometown is here in Tokomachi. Let's move in closer. Okay, and it is here deeper in the mountains, and I really love it. I love it a lot, but one of the minuses of it is it probably gets the most snow in the world, and you'll see it if you look at some of the short videos I did from I think I was there in March of last year. Even when the snow was melting, there's probably a meter and a half in some places of just piles of snow that are just melting. And I, of course, love my town, but it gets a lot of snow in the winter time. So I always kind of look, and it's for various reasons. As you can see too, like all the sort of spaces that people live in these areas of Niigata here, away from the coast, is here in the river valley. And one of the reasons we've been to Nagaoka a few times is because it's a bigger town. This is Chiyoda, which is just up the way. It's about an hour away to get to Nagaoka, and Nagaoka is just a bigger sort of urban center. It could be, you know, I always think that it might be. It's probably bigger than I thought. Like my wife's hometown, there should be like it's a small town in the middle of nowhere, and there's still 80 or 90,000 people live in Tokomachi. And did I pass Nagaoka here? No, it's up here more. I have to keep going up here. And you see this house that we're going to look at today. Nagaoka, the city, is back here. And this is the house we're going to look at today, which was actually a really amazing house. And that's kind of what I wanted to do, because I've been looking here because I'm looking to get a house in this sort of, when I move back to Japan permanently in a couple of years. I'm looking for a nicer house here near Tokomachi. I'm just looking for a nicer house. And then in my search, this one came up, and it was a very beautiful house, and I thought that we could cover it. This, you see, it's in Nagaoka-shi, and I think this is going to be good luck for me. This is obviously the name of a jinja, right? And I think it's going to be Terahyakuman Zenji. I don't know. This is a very old temple name, but you can see there it's repeating there. So Terahyaku Eiki is the name of the station, and it says 11 SLDK, and it is for Isen 180 man, or basically about $11,000 Canadian, right on the edge of the river valley in Nagaoka. However, the geography in Nagaoka is a little bit different than it is in Tokomachi, and in Tokomachi it's right up in the mountains, But in Nagaoka, it's a very wide plain, so it's very interesting. And you see the scale of the farming and agriculture in Nagaoka is actually fascinating because they use kind of a Canadian or American style large sort of scale equipment to do their farming there, and I'm very surprised the first time I saw it. Anyway, you can see this house huge, 270 meters, so it's basically 3,500 square feet, excuse me, built in 1956 with 1,200 meters of land. So the reason I liked it is like it's a really good price, and you could basically do anything you want. So, and this is the one picture I looked when it came up. The first thing I saw, obviously, was the 274 meters, and I also saw the 1,200 meters in terms of the land. But then I saw this picture, and I thought it was just beautiful. That we just have a look at it right there. And I think it said that some of this has been renovated recently. Anyhow, sort of character. This house, though, would be extremely cold in the wintertime, just like my house in Tokamachi is. It's freezing. However, this has all been updated right there. So there you go. Now, there was a comment Robert Diamond made on the, you can see the raw the raw wire just coming to the switch. There you go, minus positive, negative out. There you go, just raw wire coming in. And Robert Diamond, he had sort of made the argument when we were in the comment section of the Kyoto piece is like, he had said that the properties that I chose were not really good investments, and I think maybe you could be right. Some of the stuff I'm choosing, it could be investment, but it could also be, I chose this one because there might be a group of people that wanted the sort of that country idyllic sort of experience of Japan, and I thought that that's a different thing. So sometimes it's not always about money. I'm certainly thinking the best thing if you want to if you're a money guy or a money person, is still Tokyo's king. Tokyo's king. Anyhow, go back to the pictures, Tokyo Real Estate, man. So there's always things in play here. I don't know what this is here. Is this kitchen paneled in purple? I love it. Okay, here we go. Keep going to the pictures. There's the raw wires coming down, right? Okay. Oh, urinal. You always find that in the sort of the countryside right there. Of course, I would love that. I laugh at it now, but I would love it. And everything looks really nice here. Everything was, and it's apparently been redone. And you have the washitsu right there. This is a Japanese cooling system, and also like a system of keeping the house or the internal space warmer in the winter time, and that's what the barrier is here for. The one thing you probably have to, these are probably 178 centimeters right there, so you can really smack your head. But this is a beauty. I would probably be training. I used to be into judo. I'd be probably doing judo here. Well, maybe not necessarily doing judo here, but this is how we used to train judo in a room like this. Anyhow, I thought it was beautiful. It would make for, and I really like the size of it. And I'm just looking in the market here in this area, and it's fun to cover. Fun to cover. There you go. This is huge. Come back here to the, I mean, it is 11. So like, look at the number of tatami rooms. There's 8 tatami rooms there. So like, even I'm getting lost in this sort of picture of it all. You can see the long hallway there, but you see the two where it says yoshitsu. That's in Japanese, yoshitsu. This is considered like, it's called, that's why it's yo, which is seiyo or yo. This is considered the Western room, and you can see there's three of them there. And what it means when you see the yoshitsu, it means generally speaking that they have flooring right there. And this is like what's called, it says here, this is just storage right here. Anyhow, I'll come back down here. You can see that's why there's so many tatami rooms. Very, very beautiful. I love it. But everything, like, you see a lot of SHIT, but this is not. This is totally a quality listing. Yeah, someone could get this. It's very nice. Very beautiful. And you might get a free chair. But I think it's an empty house. I don't know. I think I've covered, basically, it covers all the pictures. This was my favorites too. And then one other picture. I thought that the photographer did a really good job in the photos too. And I really liked the hallway there with the stairs going up. Remind me of a Sergio Leone picture. Anyhow, we'll come down here to the details of the listing. There we see it's on the, I don't know, I guess this is going to be the Echigo Sen, okay? That whole area is known as Echigo. And then you'll even see the station names called Echigo Yuzawa, which is the mountain pass between basically Takasaki, and Niigata right there. And you can see it here it's in Niigata Ken, Nagaoka-shi, and then you can see it right here. Oh, good luck for me getting this, but I'm going to try it anyways. Here we go. Tera Hyakumanzenji. That's the name of there's obviously a temple that's really near here, and that's the sort of place name of it right there. And that's kind of an interesting insight I'm going to tell you. With the popularity of Kyoto right now, in a way, I think Kyoto is too popular. So I'm looking for my away from Tokyo experience, because I do like going to Kyoto, but it's too many people, too many tourists there. I just want to go to a regular Japanese small town, and it probably gonna be, to be honest with you, Tokamachi, because my family is there. But I look here because Nagaoka has a little bit more pleasant of a winter, because it's not stuck up on Tokamachi is actually on the top of it's beautiful, though it is beautiful. It's in a hanging valley. Okay, everything here has been, as you can see right here, was redone in 2023, and I think they did a pretty good job. Of course, this is a totally countryside home right there, 1956 Shoryuken, which is the key. And then maybe it's been for sale for that long as well, but it's just not. That just shows you the state of the market. But I would think that the seller of this one wouldn't mind to be a little bit negotiate on a price like this. But at the same time, too, they probably think it's a damn nice house, and they might be a stickler as well. However, I don't know, because I did look, and I keep looking at this indicator. 34 people have bookmarked this listing. Interesting, but you never know. That might be over like 200 years, or 200 years, or 2 years, 200 years, 200 years, 2 years. Okay. Anyhow, you can see here, it sort of is underneath all the averages here. Any of these averages here, which are skewing here at you can see the 3LDK. This is going to be newer stock, and when you go into Nagaoka, yeah, you can see that the newer stock is going to get up when you get into the 3LDK, 4LDK sort of version of the, and there's 43 properties. It's going for about $250,000 Canadian. Let's get up here to the map, though. This is what matters. This is what's interesting. And then, because we can get in really close to it, and I was able to. And then we'll take the Google Maps Golden Guy. The satellite shot here might be useful, but let's just plunk them on down there right now. Because this is the same as the satellite shot. This is very similar, actually, to Tokamachi in some place. You can see, though, that there's still, like, it's sitting on the edge of likely some mountains or something like that, because there's lots of trees there. Sort of interesting. And this is the house back there, right there. And this garage here comes with it as well, I think. I was just trying to piece it all together. That's the house right there, and there's a driveway. That might be for the neighbor's house right there. I'm not sure. So I really liked it. It's just like a little country getaway. Certainly, just how many foreign people would really want to buy this place, other than maybe me? I don't really know, but it is in the middle of the Japanese Alps right there, and then you can see a house here from basically probably even from before the war even, but everything's still well maintained. This is one that's really well maintained. That's nice right there. And I wonder if we can get a little shot there. What's this? This is probably like an Amazon. He said, no, I know it's a repairman. He's doing some repair of some sort here. And then this is interesting. You see this a lot in Niigata. This is what my wife always wishes was on her house, which is the I guess how would you say it? The highly angled roof, so that the snow would come down. So that's indicative as well that there's still a lot of snow here in this area. I guess that's the neighbor's house, and then that there, as we come up here, that's the sort of driveway that goes up to there. Right there, and I think that would be the property. I'm not sure if this would come with it or not. That sort of gives you the skinny of it. Let's go back here, and then we can also look. One thing I wanted to look at, though, with the I guess that is the satellite. Is that the satellite? Yeah, here we go. I'll get to the satellite picture right there, so you can see the geography here. And I guess there's some sort. You can see, like, right away, the agriculture is so close. It's in this pocket of a land where people were living here. It was probably not quite as attractive as the land, right? Land for the agriculture. Like these people from time immemorial chose their food area away from the town area. It's just fascinating for me to. I just really love looking at these maps. So exciting. And then certainly some of the farms near my wife's house too. See how the area for living is restricted in relation to the area for the agriculture, and this must be some sort of mound or like a little hill that they couldn't do the agriculture on, because here it's the agriculture comes all the way up to here, and this might even be a step. It's stepping up to here, for example. It's really fun to look at this stuff. And then we can even come back a little or go up a little further, and you can see the distance here away from the river. And the river is flowing this way. So the Great Divide, if there's a Great Divide, it's between, it's in the middle of Niigata and Gunma right there. And this is going to flow here to the Japan Sea side right there. And then if you were to follow this river, for example, you're going to bring you back here to Nagaoka, where it actually opens up even more. You can see, look at how much everything opens up here on this side of Nagaoka. It's really amazing, really. And they do a lot of large-scale agriculture here in Nagaoka, which is different than most places in Japan. See, here in, you can see how it's done. This is Nagaoka, I believe the city right here. Just fascinating for me to look at. Anyway, this gives you a little bit of here, Nagaoka here, I'm sorry. When we go there too, because what happens, it's that sort of, this would be considered compared to Tokyo, like the countryside, but this city has everything. And then recently, my wife's father was having some health problems, and then we had to go here a few times to the hospital for his tests. I should tell you that he's feeling much better, but we had to go there a few times to just help him out, and we had a nice time going there as well. This is the sort of area too. Very impressed that they had these very sort of large-scale farms. Anyhow, there was one more property here in Nagaoka that I did want to look at, and it was of a similar size. This is going to be one of the only videos of someone. Yeah, this is was in the very same area. I thought that when I looked at the station here, I was a little bit confused because I saw the layout here was different, but I saw that the station name was here the same. And this again is Nagaoka-shi, and you can see Terahyaku, and this. Oh, can I get it right? I'm going to say. Ireki, I'm not sure. These are really ancient names. Really ancient names. This is again a 2-floor Hachi LDK right there, and you can see this one is a little bit smaller. This one here was 221 meters, but the lot size was the same, or basically the same, which is just short of 1,200 meters. Anyhow, let's go through the pictures. I thought the one that we previously looked at, I thought that the inside looked a little bit better. Even here too, this looks pretty old. This was built, this one is a little bit newer. This was built about 9 years later, 1965, and it didn't look as nice to me just looking at these pictures here. However, the walkways here are very nice. Very nice right there. And there's a whole sort of Japanese gardening style you can use with moss as well right there. And if you go to temples like Ginkakuji, you'll see the masters of it and how they actually do a beautiful Japanese garden with the use of moss as a coloring, and then how the moss ends up as a contrast with the other gray rock and stuff like that, and with the bonsai. You see a little bit of this effect being done. It's an ancient Japanese sort of gardening technique that I've just enjoyed watching over my lifetime. Anyway, keep going to the pictures, Tokyo Real Estate Man. Here, this is the Genkan. Very beautiful. You see how this traditional stuff is being done? Very beautiful. Love it. Just love it. Even when you come in here, you can love it, but you still have the TV. Oh yeah, modern convenience in the old house. There you go. That's the kitchen right there. They see how this on these old Japanese houses, how they look like a Sergio Leone movie. For all you young people that follow this channel, you can of course watch Fistful of Dollars or a few dollars more, or the classic, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And then he's Sergio Leone. He's a master of these sort of internal shots and stuff like that. He'd stick a face here somewhere in the screen, and then have his camera covering all that in the back, and it just creates a really interesting effect. Anyway, Tokyo Real Estate Man, go on here with the pictures. And of course, that's the kitchen right there. And you know what I do to this house? Oh, you can see the old. This is. I've covered it before. Oh, we got to get the Leone coverage of that. This is a good system and a bad system. What the good thing about this system is, you just need to bring the cold water in, and it's going to bring hot water here to the kitchen. So you'd bring that in. You can one of these lines is going to be gas or propane, probably propane because here in the countryside, and one of these lines is just going to be cold water. So you only have to bring one source of water here to it. Okay. For example, in a more complicated house design, you would bring both water and everything from the central water heater. But what this does, it enables just cold water alone, and that would be the water heater. The weakness of this system is it doesn't produce that much water or water pressure, but you know what, it's just damn good enough though too, you know. There you go, and there's the kitchen right there. And what is this? What? That's my wife what this is. She'll be able to recognize it all. Anyway, I'll go to the pictures here. Go to the pictures. It's an old 1965 house, but you see how this was all this house is well maintained, and look at the Leone effect here. This photographer had taken a really good picture, because here the focus of the picture is here, but he still turned the light on and turned the picture, like the beautiful pink tub and the tile job there in the background. You can see there's an older person here living at one point because of the handrails, and you can see a very cute sink, and you could buy these sort of ceramic sinks at the Japanese Home Center. This is done very nice. I love it, and looks like an old probably a picture of the mountains there in Niigata right there. So I think this is a beautiful house. Very nice price. Yeah, this was the pink tub. And you know what? I love it. I love it. There's nothing I would do to this room. So far in this house, there's nothing I would do. I would just accept it. Okay, Tokyo Real Estate Man, are you settling? This was all redone though on the floor and everything like this. Very nice. No, in some ways, it is just what it is, and this is really nice. I love it. This is if you go into my family's house, or not my house, but if you go into my family's house, which is of the same vintage, I think it was built in about 1975. You see this sort of woodwork that was done right here, and you know what? I love it. I love it. I love it. Certainly, you don't really see this in Tokyo. This is like in a way, my looking is almost like just having this great little estate that I can have for myself in Niigata, where the snow isn't too bad. I'd have to check. I'm gonna have to check how much snow comes here to Nagaoka. But my wife and my brother-in-law tells me it's less. I just love it. I don't know what this is here. I have no idea. You know what my guess is though? It could be a linoleum. I think it could be a linoleum. Be a little cold, but it could be some sort of pattern wood as well. I'm not really sure. This carpet here, you know what? That doesn't look too bad. That could have been. This house was, I think, very well maintained. You can see is that the curtain? Yeah, that's a little curtain right in that goes into there. Maybe it was just a bedroom right here. I don't know. It's just a nice house. It's a nice house. Everything's great. There's no tear on the wall. You don't have to do any wallpaper. There's not going to be any like hidden costs. I don't know. There could be something, but there could be like some foundation damage or something like that. Who knows? We'll get to the location of it. I don't know what you could see. Those are the averages right there. That's interesting. All this larger stuff like this is all really cheap, and I guess the reason in the averages here that the 3 LDK, this is going to say that these 43 here, okay, I think that's new stock, and the families for the most part, they're passing over this stuff. You can see that here. This is an SLDK, and the other one was 11. So everything over 5, this sort of big stuff, it's not really popular, I think. So yeah, I think that These are fairly illiquid in a way. 8 people like this one. There's only 8 people that really like this one. It's just you get what you get. But it was all redone here in 2022. Maybe they're trying to get it to move. The family wants it to move, but it's just going to be hard to move. So when you buy this, you're kind of going to be stuck with it in a way. There's the breakup. The key thing right there is show you can. Let's come up here to the map right here and move in closer. We'll get the Google Maps. Cool. I don't know if we're going to get in there anyway. Let's try to go here. Maybe we can get a shot of the house from here. I'll try to expand it. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get anything here. You see any house mark anyway? You can see this is really like my family's house in Tokamachi. They have a garden like this for themselves. And that's going to be a similar lifestyle for the people here in Nagaoka, I believe. I'm not seeing any house marks there. I'll come up here, and I know that there's kind of a meandering drive. You can see here, though, you can see the years here. Like nothing here this is really on the edge of the town right there. Like this house, nothing has been done to this house since it was built here in, let's say, 1965. And this is how they're building right there. They just got some tin and they stuck it on the side of the basically wood framing. I'm guessing this was freezing, and this is why those 3 LDKs are going for Morris, because these are damn cold. I totally understand it. And the truth is, like with a large, there's a new build right up there. The truth is, I guess the reason people don't want these big estates and stuff like that is because it's probably too much work. Is this a new build we have here? Is that a new build or is that an old one? Can we tell? I think that is indeed a new build right there. So the people are speaking with their wallet. Maybe they own the land. You can see out here how they do the laundry in the beautiful winter sunlight. Stick the laundry out there. Get it all dried up. There you go, right there. It's good. I don't know. I think it's a great way. You can see these old. I'm so used to these fire hydrants from my wife's hometown. This is what was used in these sort of towns. But what's really good about these towns too is everyone kind of minds their own business there. Yeah, maybe the garbage protocol, I'm guessing, is pretty strict. You can see that this family's in the agriculture business because they have a little tractor there and a K car, and that's the car. It looks like a Honda Prelude right there. And I'm not sorry, everyone. I'm not seeing this house here. Maybe I can come up here. I'm not seeing the house mark anywhere, but you can see this is kind of what it is. It's just in the countryside here. You see the beautiful flowers. I love it. That's so Nigata. What I'm thinking about is, am I better to get one of these countries estates, or am I better to get a concrete building there in Tokamachi? And I keep coming back to that idea of the concrete building. That just sits really well with me. This obviously here, you're getting into, I'm trying to guess the time of year right now. Who knows? It could be like, this could be a lot of onions that grow as a second crop in the fall. So this could be the fall right now. Anyway, this is really fun for me to come here and make this video. Just in terms of looking at some classical homes and some sort of like estates and stuff like that. I had a pretty good price. There's that one there. And then there was this one here, which I liked a little bit more. I'm not thinking my wife is not gonna if I bought this one, I don't think my wife would be like giving me permission to do it. I'd probably have to like go and do it myself. This was the shot that I really loved, the Sergio Leone shot going back, and you saw I mean, I get sucked into this stuff too. Like, is this really a good idea? No, it's not really a good idea. I mean, the smart thing to do, really, till we come back to it, the smart thing to do is to get an apartment in Tokyo, and then just to come out here, but you could come out here and get a place for almost nothing, and then have that sort of lifestyle. But if you have some more money, certainly what you want to do is be in the Tokyo market. But it's still really pleasurable for me to look at this stuff, and I love it too. And I love the Sergio Leone. I wonder if this is the same photographer. I think he's done just a phenomenal job with the photographs that were taken here in this listing. So you tell me in the comments, guys, What do you think? I just think the photography work here was brilliant. The other one I liked was on on this one there, the one that was coming from the. That was a nice photo. I think the photo work here was taken. This was a beautiful photo with the Sergio Leone shots, everything like this. Everything was done really, really well. This was my favorite photo here taken. It just seemed like just really well done. And two very nice houses at two damn good prices with a lot of land. Certainly, you couldn't build a house like that for this kind of money right now. So it speaks in a way that it's being sold right now for garbage. But so happy to talk about it. You want to buy a house like this, you come here to my Instagram. You can DM me. Where are we going to go? I get a little nervous when this happens. I have to push that there. I think I finally released a photo here on my Instagram. Here's my Instagram right now. Tokyo Real Estate Man dot website right there. I just used one of my what are those called, thumbnails that I use. So it's kind of cheating. It is kind of cheating. I agree with you. Anyways, if you'd like to get a hold of me there, you can get a hold of me there. The other way of getting a hold of me is at my website, Tokyo Real Estate Man dot website. Of course, that is my website right there. There, just me and Nakamura right there. You can submit your information to me there, or you can give me a straight email to my email there, bjmccullough@yahoo.com. いつもこのチャンネル見てるありがとうございます。今日の奥さんの目の前間違いできないよ。今日の動画はもう終わりです。お疲れ様です。